The TV show was a hit, and the Monkees' music was just as popular. While almost all of the Monkees songs were written by songwriters under contract to Don Kirshner, Mike Nesmith also wrote songs for the Monkees. Nesmith wanted his songs released as singles. The producers said no. Author Randy Massengill.
They would give him like 1 or 2 tracks on each album just to make him happy. And he would always record them in a different recording studio from the Monkees. He didn't want anyone near his music.
Nesmith then came up with an ingenious way to have his music heard.
What he started to do was insist that his compositions were used as the B-sides of the singles. And he got an additional check for writing the flip side to all those hit singles and really became the wealthiest Monkee.
The Monkees' all for one and one for all attitude began to crumble.
I write songs too, I always did. It's just that I wasn't there insisting that my song would on the album. Mike and Peter did. I insist that I have our songs on this album, otherwise I'm not going to be on it. I'm leaving, Dad. You know, it's like pirates taking over the ship. You know? And that's basically what started to happen. It was every man for himself.
I wish I would have gotten more involved earlier in the writing and in the songwriting and stuff, because that's where there's an enormous amount of money, of course, and it would have been much more of a contribution.
Money was one issue. Controlling their destiny was another. In January, the Monkees' second album, More of the Monkees, was released to record stores nationwide.
It hit the fan when Mike Nesmith saw the second album cover and we were all dressed in J.C. Penney clothes. That's when he blew his cork, because this was supposed to be for an ad campaign. They took it upon themselves without any conference with us to put this picture of us with J.C. Penney clothes on.
And on the back is Donnie Kirshner saying what a wonderful job he did, asking all these other wonderful people to make a record for us. And it was like, so that blew it sky high for us.
Kirshner did acknowledge the musicians who wrote the songs, but he also gave high praise to the Monkees.
I didn't want to put out anything that they really didn't like or something that they would be aggravated about.
As the band members began to forge their own identity, they became increasingly disillusioned. Their exclusion from the recording studio, except to lay down their vocals, infuriated them. And when producer Don Kirshner released the second Monkees album without their knowledge, relations hit an all-time low.
We had been on the road performing as a band, and we had learned how to do it. The second album came out, we had never heard the final album. We were on the road. Somebody went across the street and bought the album.
When that record came out, the shit hit the fan. That was it. That was the nuclear bomb going off of the phenomenon. Things were never the same.
As the storm continued to brew, it was the temperamental Texan, Mike Nesmith, who became the most vocal and volatile Monkee.